Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 51 of the Showbound podcast. I'm your host, Michael Raskin, here alongside San Jose Sharks prospect Ethan Cardwell, as always. Cards, how's it going, man?
No, it's going amazing. Just another day. I don't even know what's going on in my life, not too much, so it's kind of boring right now. Just a Monday night, so I'll flip it over to you. What do you got going on?
Our regular season starts this week. It's been an exciting time at Brock, finally. And actually, it was Halloween weekend. So, do you get up to anything for Halloween?
Not much. Just kind of hung out with a few buddies. Just got in costume anyway.
What was your costume? Like, you were the president or something? Like, what was that?
Yeah, I was JFK with blonde hair, so that. Yeah.
Good one, man. Yeah, I was.
What were you? Did you do anything? What would you go as?
I didn't really do anything this year. All I did, I didn't actually get a costume or anything. I just went. We had a road game against Western, and we came back. It was late, and I just got beers with my brother downtown. At a good spot I like here in St. Catharines, and that was really it. I saw everybody like out partying and stuff, but I just kind of took a chill night. Just had a few with my brother, caught up with him, and went home and went to bed. Honestly, it wasn't my first Halloween really not doing anything, but we won the game, so I was happy. I was having a good night.
Yeah, that's when you know you're getting old, man. You're officially past Halloween. You don't even care to dress up. Just more excited about your team's success. That's a good GM right there.
Yeah. Our boys had a fun night though. I know you definitely saw some snaps and some Insta stories from the boys. They had quite the party.
Yeah, I saw Rochi, Gales, all the boys buzzing.
Yeah, they were all wearing like matching costumes and stuff. It was pretty funny. They had a good time. But so I don't usually, like, the team works out every morning and I don't usually go to the workouts, but every now and then I pop in and I'm always talking to the trainers and stuff and hearing about it. But I wanted to see who was going to show up to work out today after back-to-back like party nights. So I go in this morning to see who's at workout, and like the whole team was there working hard. And I was pretty surprised, honestly. I know, like, it's not like in the OHL, right? Like, they're allowed to miss a workout here and there. We don't want them missing, like, we want them at least at a workout every week. But they can miss one, especially if they have class or whatever. But I was like, for sure, no one's coming. And everyone was there, man, and it was impressive. So we're dedicated. The group's ready to go.
Yeah, you got a good group. Actually, Rangers agree with a deal with Adam Fox for a 7-year contract. Just popped up on my phone. So there's some NHL news for you.
That's a big one to lock up for him.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I guess we're kind of talking about NHL players right now. So I'll introduce our guest this week, 2-time NHL Stanley Cup champion, Mitchell Stevens, and a former World Junior alumni, played in Saginaw like me. So we have a great interview with him coming to you. Great dude. Good to catch up with him. Guy I skated with like my whole life growing up, like watching him, and a guy like I was like, wow, looking up to him. And so now just catching up with the pod, it's pretty funny that that's how things turned out like that. But no,
I just want to jump in about him just to finish up what we're talking about. He's 24 years old, currently on the Detroit Red Wings, not on Tampa anymore, but he did start his NHL career with Tampa, won 2 cups there, and then this offseason was traded to Detroit, where he is now, and they're having a good season. But yeah, I'll send it back over to you.
Yeah, thanks for making it more professional, cleaning it up, giving the details, just straight details. And actually, it's kind of funny because we get a few one-word answers from him later on in this episode that are pretty funny too. So yeah, it's a good one. Looking forward to getting that one to you guys. But no, I want to get your thoughts on kind of the NHL, how the season started there.
Well, the Leafs are winning again, so I'm happy there.
Yeah,
it's still Buffalo continues to win. You see, some even Detroit like continues to win. It's a bit of a different year. Montreal struggling now as expected. Carolina's really good, man. We haven't really talked about them when we talk about who's contending and stuff. What do you think about Carolina? Do you think they really have what it takes to go far here?
Yeah, I like what they got. And it's different because like this year it's like the most obscure teams. If you had asked us like probably 5 years ago if these teams would be in the hunt, you'd be like, are you crazy? And you got Florida, you got Carolina right there, and the list goes on. Like the Isles are a force to be reckoned with too.
The Isles are sick. Yeah.
They look unbelievable. Ovechkin, also, I have to mention this because I see every night I go on and I look who scored, and this guy just doesn't stop. He's going to break Gretzky's record, I think.
Yeah,
do you
what
think?
does he have, 9 now already, or 10 even?
Yeah, he has like 9 or 10. This guy's
Yeah.
you can't stop him from scoring. It's ridiculous, really.
Yeah, no, he's insane. I agree. It'd be pretty nasty if he breaks Gretzky's record. We got to get him on the pod. Now Sunday. Okay, I have this written down. I'm gonna see you Sunday in Hamilton. See you and the boys there.
Yeah.
So, do we want to talk about? I don't know. Oh, I'm giving that. Yeah, I'm giving you your trophy. That's what it was. So I'll see
Yeah,
you after
the
the game.
big trophy presentation after my game.
Well,
Hopefully it goes
I'm
well.
wondering
So
if I should vlog it. Do the listeners want us to post like a Showbound vlog? Like, I don't know. Do you think that'd be cool?
you should post like a vlog of like the whole day. Like, one of those TikToks that people make where it's like waking up and then it's like going to the game and then like
Yeah, and it's
video
like a
of the game.
mid-afternoon game, so I could do it, and I'm gonna bring my buddy along with me. I think, over to the game so he can film for me too when I don't want to be like selfie filming, because you'll get in it after the game. We'll come down and we'll I'll give the thing to you on video and stuff. So I think I'll try to vlog it. Maybe
Yeah,
get
it'd
some
be
good
cool.
content, grow the YouTube and
Yeah.
stuff. There was a story I wanted to share that was shared with me, not my own story, but this is funny, an ECHL story. So my buddy plays in the ECHL, and he was just saying how the other night, like Halloween weekend, they just played back. Yeah.
You got to just start calling it the coast just to make it easier. It's
Okay.
so long when you say the ECHL every time. You've done it a few times now. I'm just like, just call it
All right,
coast.
the coast. My buddy plays in the coast. They had back-to-back games against the same team on this past Halloween weekend, and after their Saturday night game, the team has a big Halloween party, and it was at my buddy's house, and they have this huge party. All the teams there, the team and the girlfriends, like that was pretty much it. And then he's saying it's like 1, 2 a.m. and my buddy's starting to go to bed. It's pretty loud in his apartment where he just like locked himself in the room, goes to bed. And he says it starts getting rowdy. And he goes, the whole other team that they played against had come back from the bar and came over to the party. And I guess he was saying there was a few buddies, like mutual friends on each team. So they invited their friends, but then the friends on the other team invited the whole team. So now both these teams are at the same party. There was a few fights in the game too, by the way, as often there is in the coast. And he said they were all getting along and stuff, but it was like craziness. And he's walking out in his own house. There's 70 people, by the way, in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's not a house. Tiny place. And they're partying with the other team right after a rowdy game and stuff. And I was like, that's so coast, man. Like there's just no just house party with both teams.
That is the most coast thing I've heard in a while. And the best part about the coast is like, it's a phenomenal league. Like the players there are so good. It's just so funny. Like the reputation the coast has and some of the stories you get. Like we heard from Nate Thompson. We hear from Ivan Prosvetov. Do you want to hear a funny coast story or just him talk about the coast in general? He refers to it as the cheese league. So if you want to go hear about that one, I'm not sure what
episode 6, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6. Go listen to that. That's funny if you're interested in coast.
The Ivan interview might be the funniest one we've ever done. Like the stories that come out of that are just outrageous, by the way. Like if you want to hear straight funny stories, insane stories even.
Like
episode 6 with Ivan is nuts.
You can't even imagine some of this stuff. And it's not even like he's like trying to get into these messes. It's just happening to him. And it's so funny. So yeah, if you want a good laugh, go listen to that one. You'll definitely hear more about the cheese league, as he calls it.
Who's buzzing your phone up, Cards? The listeners are wondering.
Yeah, a couple TikTok DMs. So probably somebody, either the girlfriend or buddy, sending me some funny TikToks.
Yeah, fair. Is there anything we want to touch on here before we kind of send it over to the interview now?
No, I think we're good. So with that being said, we'll send it over to Mitch Stevens now.
All right, and now we are absolutely pleased to be joined by Mitchell Stevens of the Detroit Red Wings. I heard people told me to call you Chubby. What's that about?
Yeah, that's a nickname I've had for a long time. Mostly all my P-Row buddies or guys that I played with growing up call me that, but sort of got lost in the wind when I started going to pro.
All right, what do you call now? Just like Stevie?
Yeah, Stevie. That's what usually the guys call me. I know a couple guys I played with Fabs growing up a little bit, knew him a bit, so he still calls me Chubby. So
all right, I'll go Chubbs for the pod, but Stevie Chubbs, where are you at right now?
We're in Montreal, so we play Montreal tomorrow, and then go to Boston and then Buffalo.
Okay, so Buffalo is kind of a wagon this year.
Yeah, they're playing well. The team's hot, so
Yeah, but
It'll be
Ras,
interesting.
so is Detroit.
Oh, I know. I was about to get into that. I was gonna say, how are things going over there? You're winning a bunch of games, and people kind of didn't really expect it.
yeah, everything's going great here. Good young core team. We're just people don't expect us to do well in this league because we're so young and coming off the season last year. There's a lot of new faces, myself included, coming in, and a lot of guys that are breaking through. And you have the addition of the two young kids, Sider and Raymond, that are on fire right now. And for us, it's we're trying to outcompete every team every night. So everything's been going well. Transition's been great here, and it's the original six organization, so you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I was wondering if you've met Ryan Murphy around there yet.
Yeah, I know Murph. Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on the podcast a few weeks ago, and it was an awesome interview with him. But I know he's down in the AHL right now, but he's pretty nasty. Like, I hope he gets the call up soon. But I just was wondering, like, what do you think of that guy?
Oh, Murph's a great guy. Yeah, we live close to each other back home in the summer. So we
Okay.
go golf course a bunch, and no, yeah, Murph's a sick hockey player, good guy too. So
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things I had noted down is this is expected to be your first full NHL season. I don't want to like be jinxing anything or whatever, but can you just tell us about what it's like going in every night? You're safe. Like, how do you feel right now about your own game?
I feel good right now about my game. For me, it's bringing the intangibles every night, and um, I'm not so much looking forward to the next night or the night keep going like that. It's for me, it's the focus is night in, night out, take it day by day. And I've learned the last couple of years, it was with Tampa, is you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So for me, it's expectation on myself is coming in, whether it's a practice or game, it's competing to the best of my ability and see what happens from there.
Yeah, and we're gonna send it back to Junior here. Obviously, talk about Sag Nasty a bit and stuff. But first, I want to talk about. So you were there during the game, but I'm sure everyone's seeing the clips right now of like you guys just like your team blocking 600 shots in one shift. What was that like on the bench?
Oh, that was wild. Even like I don't know, it was like 45 seconds of chaos, and then the crowd just went absolutely bananas. And you sit on the bench, everyone's standing up, everyone's cheering. I think the guys ate about 10 pucks. And then we go down 2 minutes later and score and tie the game. And it was just the rest of the game, the fans were standing, and just the overall atmosphere, the energy that brought was nuts.
Yeah, it's good to see too, because obviously, like you said, like original six team struggling as of late, and now you guys are kind of figuring it out this year. So it's good to see the crowds back into it too. And just for reference, Rask, I'm going to mention him for the listeners. So when Chubby was like, I don't know, maybe minor midget or something, like I don't know, he might have been like first year in the O and stuff. Like I used to skate with him when I was really young, Rask, and and I was just wheeling around, whatever, doing my thing, and like this guy was Wayne Gretzky, and I'd go up to my skating instructor, like Mary, I'd be like, who is this guy? He's unbelievable. Like, I want to be like him. And she's like, yeah. And I just remember I was like in awe of this guy skating like every day. I'd be like, holy crap, like this guy's the greatest thing that ever played. And now it's crazy. Obviously we're catching up here on the pod, but we'll send it back to Junior now. Obviously played in SAG, the most beautiful city in the OHL, other than Barrie, I guess. But no, you spent a bunch of time there. So you want to just tell us, like, obviously I went through it too, but like moving there as a 16-year-old to like kind of the States for the first time, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was an adjustment. I love SAG. I had great billets there. I got really close with the family, so really enjoyed my time. But coming as a 16-year-old, anywhere you go, really, it's an adjustment and a change. But my 16-year-old year, I had an unbelievable coach, Greg Gilbert. He's coached a lot of games, played a lot of games in the NHL. So he helped me a lot, and sort of, bringing my game to a pro style. And, everyone from top to bottom was, super welcoming and, supportive there. And, I got the opportunity to get traded my last year to London, but, in Saginaw was good.
Yeah, and like Saginaw was getting spit on, kind of like, I guess that was when you were there. Like when you got drafted there, it was like a bottom of the barrel organization kind of, and you kind of started like the upbringing of it. And then by the time I got there, it's like known as like a good organization in the league. So like everything there, like could you kind of see the momentum kind of swinging towards like, hey, like Saginaw is going to become like a city that people want to play in?
Yeah, I think so. I think, when I first got there was, the culture was different, and it was sort of, guys would get traded to Saginaw and, they'd leave, or, they get drafted, then they leave. And, when I got there, we had some good young rookies that got drafted and came in and played well. And I think it was my second year, my draft year. We traded all the older guys away and just brought in prospects and good young players. And, I think that was sort of a rebuild, and in the sense of a culture change. And, when you got there, and I know when my cousin, got traded there too, it was, you guys were on fire, you guys were winning. And, I think that's just the culture shift. And now I think they're doing well again. So it's, with the young players that are coming in, and, Saginaw is, becoming a force.
Yeah, they're definitely becoming legit. And just for reference for the listeners, cousin of Owen Tippett, former guest of the pod as well.
The fiery redhead.
Yeah. I want to know about, so you played with Kosk. Kosk was a rookie when you were there, I think. And what was it? Because like I lived with him, so like he was like my mentor, as bad as it sounds. So what was it like playing with Kosk as a rookie?
Oh, you know what? That guy, he's so skilled, so silky with the puck. And, he's just, I don't know. He was a rookie when I think I was in my third or fourth year. And, he came in and, full steam, just wanted to go. And had his cost settle down a little bit. No, he was a great kid. Good kid. He was a good player in the ECHL. I'm not sure where he is now, but is he in the American League?
He's playing in Bridgeport now.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I guess moving on here, kind of, you get to see in the fourth year, so that's obviously an honor. And just like, how was that season going for you guys in SAG? And then you were obviously traded to Lundo, and then tell us about your time playing for Lundo. Obviously, it gets so much hype from everybody around the league who always plays there. So does it live up to the hype, and how cool was it to go on a run like that?
Yeah, I got traded after the World Juniors that year to London. And, for me, it was, I wanted to try and win a OHL championship, and, try to go somewhere where, it was an opportunity for me to succeed, an opportunity for Saginaw as well for the future. So, going to London was awesome. You're playing in front of 10,000 fans every night. It's a mini NHL city, rink, everything. And, being in that city was awesome. And you're sort of feel like you're on top of the world in the junior atmosphere, and it's, second to none. So, no, I had a great time there. It was awesome. And, I played with a lot of great players.
Yeah, no kidding. Who did you play with there? Like, who was on that team when you guys made the run?
My line was Robert Thomas and Yanni Kokanen. Okay. And then I think it was Cliff Poo, Max Jones, Sam Milicic.
Couple podcast alum. We had Robert Thomas and Max Jones on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both great guys. Mete, Bouchard.
That's ridiculous. And
we had a good young team. It was.
Who was in that?
Who was in Parsons?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, bunch
It's
of those
crazy.
guys who are playing in the NHL right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that. Like, it just seems like every year London's just spitting out guys into the NHL. Or like at like a random night, you just see former London Knight making his debut. It's crazy. Like they do a great job of developing guys, obviously. And then so yeah, it's a sick place to play. But you want to tell us a bit about the World Juniors, obviously, because that's kind of one of the biggest honors you can achieve as a junior hockey player in the world.
yeah, it was special going over to Finland, and there's just no sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
So it was different. We were, I guess that's the way it is there, but being able to represent Canada at the World Juniors, I was always used to watch it Boxing Day with my family, and that's just anytime you're in junior and you want to play for Canada World Juniors, right? So we had a really young team, and we lost to Finland in the quarters, but we knew like the following year was going to be a lot of returning guys, and I was in Toronto, Montreal too. So the vivid picture that I still have of going out for the gold medal game in Montreal, the Bell Center, and it's just completely red, just Canada jerseys, red, the entire rink. And it's kind of like you're going out and you're in a blur, and it's just noise. And I can still picture that. We're playing in Montreal tomorrow, so it's going to be, you still picture that sort of Canada atmosphere. And obviously we lost in the shootout, but
Oh yeah, I was trying to remember which year that was. That was horrible.
Yeah, I had a great seat for that shootout. I was sitting beside Ray Ferraro, and just obviously it didn't work out the way we wanted, but that's hockey, right?
I remember I was driving home from somewhere. I just remember listening to it on the radio though, and I was pissed enough as it is that it was going to a shootout. And I remember hearing that when we lost, I was losing it. I was so angry at that point.
Honestly didn't know it was going to a shootout. I thought we were just going to play 5-on-5, 20 minutes after 20 minutes. And
yeah. Rask, wow. I know the best part of what you just said. You just said when we went to a shootout, like you were on the team.
But that's what's good about the World Juniors, man. Like the whole country feels like they're a part of it. It's like Canada's tournament, man. Like
I remember that too though, because like I was at my buddies. I was like, what's going on? Like why are we like not we? You got me saying it. But why is it going to a shootout? And yeah, that's actually a joke. Like I don't know if that's still the rule or not, but like that can't be a thing. Like that can't be how you get a gold medal or a silver medal. I think it's a joke.
Stupid. It still pisses me off. Anyway, yeah, I can't imagine how you must feel. But I want to talk about the NHL draft, and you went second round, 33rd overall to Tampa. And I'm just curious, can you tell us about how your draft went? Assuming you probably might have thought you'd go in the first round or something like that. Like, how was your both draft days for you?
Well, I didn't really know where exactly I was going to go. I had an indication that it could be late first, second, could have been third, but I didn't go in with any expectations. I just, I was down in Florida, so I spent the first day, whatever, at the beach and just hung out, and sort of, you get a little nervous, and you want to get there early, but as the first day went on, it was, we're sitting there, a lot of high end guys are going, and then there's guys on the board that you think would go higher, and then it just keeps trickling down. But I was grateful that I got to go to Tampa on the second day, and everything sort of worked out from there.
And it must have made things easier going. So like, what was that, second pick of the second day? You were just off the board like that?
Yeah, I think it was second or third, something like that.
Might have been third.
Yeah, I think it started at 10 a.m. So by the time we were out of there, like 1 or 2, it was with a full day to celebrate, right? So yeah, it was a good time.
Did Yzerman draft you?
Yes. Yeah.
And then obviously traded for you now. So how's your relationship with him?
Oh, it's you talk to him here and there, but he gave me an opportunity to come to Detroit here and earn an opportunity to play more and play a bigger role. And for me, I'm running with that opportunity right now.
Yeah, I mean, he must like you if he wanted you on both teams. And I'm curious, did you have a lot of contact with Tampa throughout the draft year, a lot of meetings, or was it pretty quiet?
No, so we had the combine, and I think I remember telling whether my dad or my agent that I thought I had my best, combine interview with Tampa. So I guess it's funny how it works out like that.
Yeah, that is interesting. Did you just feel like you were repeating yourself over and over again to every team though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You go in and you try to sell yourself and answer the questions as best you can, and just be honest really of who you are, and throughout the questions that they ask you, I guess. So
Yeah. And I'm just curious too how you felt you played in your draft year, knowing you can see yourself in the rankings. Maybe you get a few in the first round, a few maybe in the second or third, and you have to balance kind of not knowing what's happening with your own play. So how did that affect you, and how do you feel you did?
so that year we traded a lot of the older guys on our team in Saginaw, and I think after the deadline or close to the end of the season, it was me and Ty Felber and another guy playing on the first line. So I was able to play a lot. And then I ended up going to the under 18 world championships that summer too. So I had a great tournament there, and I was playing with Barzell and Olivier. That was my line. So, I was able to, have a good showing and really show the scouts or the general managers that were there that, I could play well. So I guess that sort of, lifted me a little bit. But
All right, yeah, and obviously being drafted at Tampa, you get into their system and then start yourself off in the AHL with Syracuse. So do you want to talk a little bit about how your adjustment to the AHL went and your few years there?
Yeah, going to Syracuse. Well, my last year, junior, we lost out in the playoffs, and then I went up for as sort of like a ATO Black Ace sort of thing with the Crunch. They went on a run to the finals that year, so I was able to play. I think I played 3 games in the playoffs that year, but just to have that experience early instead of before you go in for your first year pro was awesome. You got to sort of see what it takes to win, at that level, and it's different. It's so much more different than junior or any type of junior league. So for me to come in as my first year pro was an adjustment. You're playing against a lot bigger guys, a lot faster guys, older guys, and there was 7 rookies my year, and when it was all said and done, there was 4 of us on that 5 of us, sorry, on that first Stanley Cup that we won. So the coach Benoit Gru was great to and teaching us the little things about the game and intangibles that you need to accomplish every day. And I definitely wouldn't be sitting here without his coaching and sort of turning my game into more of a pro style.
And you talk about all the differences like in the arena, on the ice, stuff like that, but like how about living away from the rink, like cooking on your own, living on your own for the first time? How was that for you?
For me, it was easy because I love to cook. So it wasn't a transition at all. And for me, my first year I lived with Sorelli until they got called up. But yeah, we would cook every night, and it was good because if we didn't want to cook, we'd call some of the guys who'd go out for dinner or something like that. You didn't have to worry about telling your bills where you're going or getting back for curfew or or something like that, right? So it was fun, and easy transition for me.
Yeah. And speaking of Sorelli getting called up and all that, were you ever like concerned or like worried when maybe you weren't getting the call or other guys got the call? And how'd you kind of deal with that your first years or like, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's always in the back of your mind, what am I doing wrong, or what could I do better, and things like that. But, at the end of the day, it's, you don't know what they're looking for. You don't know what the team needs at that point. And, for me, my first year, I thought I had a great, first year pro, and coming into my second year, I ran into a little bit of an injury bug. I only played about 30 games. So there was no opportunity, I thought, in my mind to get a chance to get called up. But so I went down for my third year after that. And I think it was around December 8th, I got called up. And, for me, that was incredible. And, going to play my first game, and then ultimately sticking. So you just never know when the opportunity is going to come, and you just have to be ready for it, I guess.
So that leads me right into what I was going to say. And that 2019-2020 season, you did get to play with the Lightning 38 regular season games, 7 in the playoffs. And, you talk about your first game. I'm just curious how you found out you were going to play. Like, maybe tell us about the 24 hours kind of leading up to that game and how it all went down for you, and then how the game went.
Yeah, so it was a Sunday, and I think a couple days before, a week before, we just bought a dog. So I ended up going to get the dog, come back. He's all settled. My girlfriend's there. And then I get the call on a Sunday to, hey, you're going to come up. Probably going to play, but we're going to get you a flight tonight to Tampa for the Islanders game tomorrow. So I'm scrambling. I'm trying to pack. I don't know how long I'm going to pack for. So I packed a small suitcase and then figured out how to get the dog back home so that my girlfriend, my family could fly down for the game, and ended up going there, talked to the coach in the morning. He said, you're going tonight. So, I was able to have my family and my girlfriend there. So it was perfect. It was a little jittery, not going to lie. I think the most nerve-wracking part of it was the morning skate, because you don't know the guys, you don't know the drills or whatever. And I think I messed up a few passes, just being so excited or nervous. And then, by game time, it's hockey. Your instincts take over, and sort of, all the noise just goes away. So.
Okay. Wow. I'm curious how long did it take you to score your first goal? And then when you did, who did you score it on, and how did it go? Like, how'd you score it?
I think it took me a month. No, I'm not sure how many games it was, but I scored against Carey Price, my first goal.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. It was a shot off a stick, off the guy's head, and around Carey Price.
Okay. Wow. So what, it hit the guy's head and went, oh, you shot it off the stick and off the head?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They don't ask how, though, right?
Yeah,
No.
They don't, man. Wow. I was also curious just how your experience was in the NHL bubble, and we'll get to the Stanley Cup and stuff, but just being in that bubble and, seeing other guys on other teams and elevators and stuff, like how was that experience for you?
It was different. It was a lot of time to be away. But at the same time, you're with the guys 24/7. So I think, you build the team bonding, the camaraderie, and everything that comes with it. But honestly, I think that helped us because, being on that pause for so long and then going to the bubble, only around the guys, you build that chemistry or that, that bond together quickly. Right. So, it was different seeing a lot of the guys from different teams, but so many guys, whether you're playing against them or playing with them, right? So I was able to see my cousin a bunch, and then different guys in the league. But for the most part, we were a tight-knit group and together the whole time. So
Yeah, and I want to get to the part that everyone kind of wants to hear about, and we're going to hear about it twice, I guess. So you win the cup in your first year in the NHL, which is unbelievable. We had Robbie Thomas who did it too, and it's crazy, really. Guys been around. I don't know. There's lists of guys who don't have a cup yet, but just tell us about that, like winning the cup and just the cup finals against Dallas in the bubble. Like, could you still feel like all the momentum and support from the fans and stuff, even though it was an empty building, or like what was the feel in there?
I think there wasn't that many momentum shifts, I think, in the games because, when you're going to an opposing rink and it's hostile and they score and the crowd's going nuts and then you're sort of like back on your heels, right? So, for us, we just played and, we were excited for each other. We got each other pumped up, and the momentum shift. Once you had momentum, it was hard to get rid of it. So, for me, I didn't play in the finals, but I know, it was an incredible run.
Kind of the other thing a lot of people want to know about, like even more than winning the cup, we want to know about like what happened after, because there's so much stuff about you guys just being animals with the cup after and stuff. So you can tell us a little bit about that with the first one anyway.
Yeah. So it was just strictly the guys and like the coaches and everything. And we had the visiting room in Edmonton, and I think we were there till like 2 a.m. in the room, just drinking, taking pictures, drinking out of the cup, everything, cigars, you name it. And then we didn't fly out till 9 a.m. the next morning. So I think I probably slept an hour, maybe. But we were in the meal room and we weren't able to go to like clubs or anything like that, right? So we were just meal room with the guys, drinking beers, having a good time. And there are some things that, happen in the room that I probably shouldn't say, but just leave it at that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what about the second cup? I mean, first, I know like you didn't play, but tell us about that, winning that second cup, being on the ice, lifting it in front of a packed building, and then, what happened after you won the second cup.
Yeah, for me, it was a challenging year. I got hurt, had to have surgery, missed, most of the year. And then the playoffs came and the boys just rolled. It was like the year before all over again, right? So, winning at home, lifting in front of like Tampa fans, the crowd, it was electric. It was awesome. Just the overall playoff atmosphere was sweet, especially in the finals. It was, I remember in game 4, because we were in Montreal and we don't know if we're going to sweep them or win. And we were downstairs in the secondary dressing room dressed in overtime. Just, you never know, right? So we did that again. And it was, it was special to win twice for sure.
So then what about after? How's that party different? You have boat parade ×2, crazier.
Boat parade.
Things are more opened up with COVID and all that, especially in Florida, no rules. So tell us about that.
There's no COVID in Florida.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
But no, the boat parade by far was the coolest 2 times I've ever done that. It was wicked. The first one was we were right in the midst of the COVID, the scares and all that, so we were still able to do it. But this year it was wicked. And we get off the boats. There's this stage or whatever, big hall that we're having a bite to eat, and we're going out to there's thousands of fans out there waiting. There's just a full-on rainstorm, and we thought it died down or whatever. We were going to do like the ceremony with all the fans. So we go out there, it's still pouring rain, and we had the cup out there, fans are just getting soaked. We're jumping in the crowd, everything. And that was by far the coolest part, just, to interact with the fans and having their support through all of it, and giving back to them was cool.
I want to say too, you have like the coolest Instagram I've ever seen in my life. Like pictures with the cup, pictures on the boats, like shaking champagne beer, whatever it might be, like another picture with the cup. It's just sick, man. Like how does that feel for you? Just like looking at your career right now and just even reflecting on the pictures, like your career in little squares on your Instagram. How's that for you?
Yeah, it's, I've done, I've had the opportunity to play on good teams and play with good players, and had the privilege of winning. And, for me, I want to do the same thing here in Detroit. And I want to help these guys to my best of my abilities win a Stanley Cup and win a championship. And, the best part about, winning is just finally accomplishing something you always thought about and always dreamed about as a kid. Right. And, I remember, in road hockey, right, you always play for the cup. So it's surreal and it's special. And, to have my family name, on the Stanley Cup forever, it's truly remarkable.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable. And for the partying and stuff, so my buddy, you obviously know him, Kyle Bowlers, he was there with you guys.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, he documented literally the whole thing on Snap. So like I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, okay, like this feels like I'm literally at the party. So like, how funny was it to see him there? Like also Saginaw alum. I don't know if you played with him there.
I played with him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So now you see him running around your cup party, losing it. It was so funny, man.
Oh yeah. Funny story. He's in the room with us after we win, and he's like, wherever we're sitting there, he's like, comes up, he's like, Cooch, can we get a picture? So like, whatever, Cooch is, yeah. Turns to him, who the hell is that guy? So he's like, Bowlers is full on in the room with everyone just partying. I don't know how he got down there, or
I was losing my mind. He had a Stanley Cup champion shirt, hat on. He's smoking cigars. He's drinking out of the cup. I'm like, this guy literally won the cup.
Oh yeah. He was down there for like 2 months.
It was great.
Can I ask what's his connection with the team? Like, is he just friends with you or what?
He's buddies with Jamel Smith.
Okay. Yeah.
It was the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen from a guy who wasn't on the team. It was hilarious.
That's awesome, man. That's pretty sick.
All right, now we'll kind of flip it over to where you are now, and you get traded in the offseason to Detroit. And like you said, obviously it's amazing being there and stuff. But did you have a feeling that you were on the move after winning back-to-back cups?
Honestly, no. I had no idea it was going to happen. But, I'm in a great spot here. The guys are awesome. The organization's, top notch. It's amazing here. And, I couldn't be happier the situation I'm in right now.
Yeah, and obviously a little bit of change of scenery. You go from Florida to Detroit and stuff, but you're closer to home now. And how did you kind of find out you were traded? Was it like Wally's your agent, right?
Yeah.
Did Wally tell you, or like did the team call you in? How did it work?
No, yeah. So I was at the gym and my phone was ringing. It was Tampa's GM, Julian Brisebois. He called me. He called me in the morning, told me I was, traded to Detroit, and then I got on the phone with Steve and, talked to a bunch of coaches the day and that night and a couple of days after. So, everyone here was, very welcoming. A bunch of the guys that I knew, Fabs, and I played with Ernie in Syracuse too. So they all reached out. So it was a very big, warm welcome. And the transition's been really smooth.
Mm-hmm. And what were the kind of the feelings and emotions? Like, obviously winning 2 cups in your first 2 years is astonishing. It's unbelievable. And so for you to leave that city behind now and have a new beginning, what were your thoughts and feelings on that?
Yeah, I mean, coming from Tampa, you going to Detroit, it was for me, I thought it was an opportunity for me to grow as a person and as a player, and an opportunity for me to earn more ice time and earn a bigger role on a team. So I've been happy with the transition, and happy of where the trajectory of this team's going.
So we kind of wrap things up generally with a couple of our segments that we've sort of kept around we go personality questions, then some hard hitting questions, and we wrap it up with the fan questions here. So some personality stuff. If you couldn't play hockey, what would you be doing?
I'd be a chef.
Oh, they really
you're
like
that
cooking.
legit, eh?
Yeah.
I love cooking. Oh yeah.
Okay, what's your pregame meal?
Chicken pasta, obviously.
Okay, you make it or buy it?
Usually I make it. This year, well, in junior I used to make it.
Okay.
Here you get your pregame meal for you.
National League, bud.
Yeah, right. My bad. I wouldn't know, man.
Yeah.
You cook for your girlfriend at all, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, gentlemen. Okay.
I cook, she cleans.
Okay.
There it is. That's actually a nice little stuff you got.
Yeah, that's a good exchange, right?
That's fair. Now, what life lesson did you have to learn the hard way?
Wow.
That one might go into the hard hitting questions section.
Yeah, that is more of a hard hitter.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. But yeah.
That's a tough question. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe getting traded. You learn any life lessons there?
Yeah, I guess it's a business.
Yeah. It is a business. Okay.
That's a simple answer. Just quick. Yeah. It's a business. That's all you got to
know. You've signed 2 NHL contracts so far. I'm curious how you like to spend your money, or what you like to do with your money.
I don't really spend my money too often. I buy a lot of shoes. That's about it.
Shoe guy? Okay.
I'm a shoe guy. Yeah.
Are you just a fashion guy overall? Looks like you got a good shirt on too.
Yeah, just my dinner shirt. Going out for dinner soon.
Okay.
No, I love Nike shoes. Nice shoes. Pretty much it.
Do you work with Gavin, the hockey well specialist?
No.
Because I know Tipper does. Like, we talked about this with him.
Different agency though.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter who your agent is. Well, I'll mention, because we've partnered up with the Gavin Hockey Wealth Specialists, that they're just former hockey players who manage money for pro hockey players now. Owen Tippett, obviously your cousin uses them, and they'll tell you how much you're spending, what you're doing with your money, how to save, so that after your hockey career is over, you might not need to work, depending on what you want to do if you don't want to be working. But just for the listeners, for any hockey players on the come up, check them out, gavingroup.ca, and you'll be set for your financial future for life. So just want a quick shout out to Gavin. And Cards, you want to keep it rolling?
Yeah, no, I'll spin it right into the hard hitting questions now, and kind of a staple on the podcast now. The first question: what is the true meaning of love?
True meaning of love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're talking about hockey here.
Yeah.
Unconditional.
Okay. One word answer. Would your girlfriend approve of that one?
I hope so.
Are there any conspiracy theories you believe in?
No.
Okay.
How do you deal with failure?
How do I deal with failure?
Just do it right the next time.
Pretty much. Figure out what I did wrong.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Do it again.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. All right, we'll take it to the fan questions, just a few for you. First one, everyone wants to know, what stick do you use and what specs on it?
I'm a CCM guy. 85 flex, sort of like Sakic with a little bit of a toe. Right hand shot, extra grip.
Okay. Who's your favorite person to follow on Twitter?
Twitter. I don't know.
or Insta for that matter.
I like following Ryan Reynolds on Instagram.
Okay.
He's got some funny stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Barstool guys are always good too.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Portnoy or one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the best chirper you've ever played with?
I don't know.
Who's a
It's a
good
tough
chirper on Detroit?
When Larks gets heated, he throws some good ones out there.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we saw him get heated a few weeks ago. Actually, I want to know about this. How fun! Like that was insane, bro. Like it was so funny to watch. Like, what was it like being there?
We couldn't see it from the bench.
Oh no!
So we didn't know. We didn't know what happened. And then we looked up at the jumbotron. He just suckers them. Like, oh, Jesus.
And that was your old team too, was it? Didn't he get Joseph?
Yeah, he got Joseph.
That's hilarious, man. What were you okay? Tell us about that game. You got to play them so soon after. Like, what was that like? Were you ripping the boys? Were they chirping you?
No, it was weird. No, I saw most of the trainers and everything before. Got to see those guys, but my first game, go figure, is against Tampa. So no, I had a couple, hey, how's it going, and warm up, couple nods, but no, it was definitely weird playing your old team first, but you had to get it out of the way somehow, right?
Yeah, didn't you won too, like 6-1, right?
No, we were up.
Oh yeah, that was that crazy.
We were up like 6-3 and lost 7-6 in overtime. Yeah.
We were up like 5-1 at 1.2, I think, in the third maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was tough to lose.
That's tough.
Especially with the amount of money that was on the board too.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you don't
First
mind
game.
That. You don't mind that. You keep that rate in your pocket. So
yeah. It just goes right up the next game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Who's better at hockey, you or Owen Tippett?
Me.
I wonder what he would say.
No, that guy, he's sick.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to put a spin on that question because we were talking about golf. Like you played at Vespro, where I play here in Barrie, and all that stuff. And so, who's better at golf? Because I know Tipper's caliber really well. So, how are you?
I think I'm a better golfer than Tipper.
Yeah, he's gotten way better.
We're honestly we're like very similar.
Yeah, and he's gotten pretty good though. Like he used to be junk.
He was sick when we played it
like a couple of years ago. He's a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
I keep remembering that one shot he hit, Cards, when we were there at OGC. The one I don't remember what hole, but the one where there's the hill on the green and he's perfect, lands on the hill and it rolled within 5 feet of the green. Remember that?
Yeah, number 4. That was a dart. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The red rocket. Rocket.
What did you dress up as for Halloween?
I was Napoleon Dynamite, and my girlfriend was Pedro.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just about to say who's Pedro.
She was Pedro. It was hilarious.
That's
right.
Awesome.
Last one. I don't know if this will be funny or not, but have you ever been to a Russian dinner with Kucherov, Vasilevsky, and Sergachev?
No.
Okay. How are those guys in the room? Just are they on their own bubble, like chirping each other in Russian and stuff, or what?
Yeah, I mean they're always talking to the other guys too, but for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And just one for me because I don't get to watch the Red Wings really, but who are you on a line with?
Changes, from game to game, but playing with Sam Gagne and a lot, Carter Rowney, Giovanni Smith.
Oh yeah, we gotta get him on the pod. I have some stuff on him. Yeah, could you hook us up?
Yeah,
We gotta get him. We talked about him one time, Cards. Remember that story when he flipped off the crowd in Kitchener?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. We got to get him on just to hear about that solely. We could talk an hour about what was going through his head there.
Oh man. Yeah, that'd be fun. Anyway, from me, I know you got to get going to dinner and stuff, but that's all I have. I'll let Cards finish up, but I just want to thank you personally for taking the time, especially on the road and stuff. It means a lot. And a guy of your caliber to come on our podcast, myself and all the listeners appreciate it. So I just want to thank you for the time.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and Chubby, a pleasure today to hear from you and hear about your story. And obviously, it's pretty sick to hear about the cups and stuff. And obviously, unbelievable accomplishment and much more to come in your career. So, best of luck tomorrow in Montreal. Go get some tucks and keep the Red Wings rolling.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
All right, I want to thank Chubby for that one. Good interview. It was pretty cool having a guy like him on of his caliber. Like I said, 2-time Stanley Cup champ. So we've had a few Cup champs on the pod now to what's it called? Pat our own shoulders or whatever. So pat our backs. Yeah.
Yeah, give yourself a pat our own shoulders. no, pat yourself. It's pat yourself on the back there, Rask. I'll help you out. But no, it was a good one. No, he's a great dude, like we talked about, and yeah, so it was good to hear from him. And it's funny because like all of our Cup champs are young. Like we haven't had a grizzled Cup champ on, and I think we should maybe talk.
He's still very young. I mean, he's 24.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I'd like to get like a really old Cup champ on, a guy who like got late in his career. Like all the guys we've gotten have been like walk into the league. Oh, here's a cup. So
yeah.
You know,
like, we should look into that, man. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you said Ovechkin earlier on in the episode, so we might as well just get him. He had
to fight for him. I'll send him a text.
No, Lappy could hook us up.
Lappy he can get us a Washington guy. And like, what if he gets us Oshie? Him and Oshie are boys now.
Yeah, true. I'll text Lappy, see what I can do.
That would be huge. Maybe we even get Lappy back on. But this is just a random question, but do we know when the next Bachelor season's starting up?
It's already on. It's Bachelorette right now, and it's
when. Oh yeah, I knew the Bachelorette. When's the Bachelor start though?
Not sure. Not for a while. It won't be till after the Bachelorette. So
okay, because maybe we get buzzing on the Bachelor wagon again.
Yeah, I think in the new year, if it starts then we'll have to for sure.
Okay. I mean the Bills win again over Miami. What's the Bills record right now? Let me pull it up. The Bills are 5-2-0. So Bills are buzzing, and your Cowboys got another win.
Yeah, of course. 6-1, bud. Best team in the league.
The Packers are 7-1.
Yeah, the Packers are obviously amazing. But I think it just has to do with your ownership. Like you're just putting that team in a good spot every week to win.
Yeah, I don't like to brag about it, but I actually am probably the best owner in the league, and just, send the boys a good message before every game. So yeah, it's basically attribute the success to me. Me and Aaron Rodgers are boys, by the way. We'll get him on the pod.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we might as well talk about football sometime. So give him some love.
Is he very hated around the league and stuff?
I don't know why.
I've heard a lot of people just say they hate him.
He hasn't had a great attitude about the whole Green Bay thing. It's been a bit of a gong show there, so I can understand why. But
I'll have to talk to him then. Get that.
Yeah, you have to just sit him down and give him a talking to. Yeah, so I want to actually kind of do my outro now, and this week I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Have an amazing week.
All right, bye.